And this is part two, my dear friends. So the stone that was actually shot at the beast's eye, which I explained yesterday, first Trump actually took down their entire surveillance system that made it possible for them to know everything. He completely disabled them. Let's put it that way. Then he took their own weapons and used it against them. He actually cut down the head of the giant, which is their most important thing, their financial. If there is no money, my dear friends, they're not going to be able to fund anything. They're not going to be able to fund wars. They're not going to be able to fund bioweapons. They're not going to be able to fund anything. So the key to take down the beast was to actually take the power of the money from them. Did he take the power of the money from them? Absolutely, because the fiat dollar is dead already. So the next step, my dear friends, what's going to take place right now, the timeline that we are in, physically, as a man that God appointed him, for example, to the best of his ability and the strength that God gave him, he is able to separate the good from the bad. But there is the hand of God that is going to finalize everything, my dear friends, because the perfection comes from above. The Father is the perfect, the Heavenly Father. My dear friends, another thing I'd like to say, and the Lord stressed me to say this, the wealth transfer is not going to happen until the evil, the bad people are gone. He wanted me to say this to you guys because a lot of people are waiting on that. They're expecting. You know, God does not cut the head of the enemy and then turn back and say, okay, you know what? Let me send surgeons to actually stitch the head together with the body again. It doesn't work that way. First, there has to be the removal of the evil, because the money that is coming, the inheritance that the Lord is going to give us, which Trump is also King Cyrus, 45 verse 3, God has given him hidden treasure and knowledge of the secret things. This man had access to things that regular people didn't have access to. And I'm talking about our president. That's number one. And number two, in verse 13, I believe it says, where this man is going to set the captives free, which, who are the captives? We are the captives. So he is playing the role of King David to take down the giant, which is the beast system. And he's playing the role of King Cyrus to actually release to us all those hidden treasures and the secret knowledge that the Lord has given him, because it's going to be accessible to us. And then he will set the captives free. And he's not going to do it for any ransom or gifts, because when he came to the office, he was already rich. So he's not doing it for the money. This man is fulfilling two separate responsibilities of two separate kings that they lived in the past. He's both the King David and he's both King Cyrus. And that's when the wealth transfer is going to take place. It's going to take place because of him, because he's the one who will build it. It says in there, he will build my city. Indeed, when King David prayed in Psalm 51, at the bottom, he said, build the walls of Jerusalem. So anybody who prays Psalm 51 is asking for the restoration of Jerusalem here on earth. Just want to make sure that you guys understand what you're praying for. So he will do that. But we will see intense military operations, even more intense, right before we hit the point of wealth transfer. That's what the Lord wants everybody to understand. He's not transferring the wealth right now until all the evil are gone. And they are disabled totally. And they are dealt with totally. So let King David handle the giant, completely destroy it, and then let him move on to the office of King Cyrus for him to transfer the wealth upon us. My dear friends, I love you all with the love of Christ. Stay blessed. We are almost